the more popular my videos become, the more I understand how much everyone likes to complain. Okay. Even the videos when I'm trying to encourage people to do something productive in their lives or make scary, bold decisions, which will just improve the quality of your life and therefore everybody else's around you. There's so many people coming through with comments, like pointless comments. They say, oh, it's no point, it's all done. The UK is finished, the immigrants are here. Like, we all seen it, we all know it, okay? That's, by pointing it out, I don't understand how is it supposed to make any difference? And look, I understand it's not great the way it is, right? Everybody knows it. And sitting on your back, and on your bum and complaining about it, it will do absolutely nothing, right? Can we agree to this? And if there is something I know about life from my experience, as in life or in business, is nothing is forever, and nothing is the way we want it to be forever. Okay, so even if it's really bad and we feel like this is it, as long as we stay positive and try our best, keep doing our best, there's still hope. And in my personal life and professional life, it never went to the point where I was so desperate. Like, you sometimes feel like in your head, there's no point. That's it. You're so low. Things are never gonna get better. And then somehow, somewhere, things get better. Okay. And the only way to get through it is to stay positive and just keep doing our best, right? If we give up, whatever that is we're doing, then obviously nothing else will ever happen because we gave up. But there's one particular thing which I think, in my opinion, is the biggest challenge for this country, which nobody's talking about. And when I say about this in a second, I'm going to get a lot of backlash, but because it's true, right? And it's going to come from people my age, and they're going to come up with all sort of explanations and reasons why it is the way it is. And trust me, I've heard it all. We all heard it all. But the reality is this. If you are complaining about the way the country is, the UK right now, or any other country in this matter, and you yourself have no family, no kids, then I don't think you should be complaining, or maybe you shouldn't complain at all, okay, about the state of the country. We are living in the times now where all the younger generations, younger than me, or my generation, or younger, I'm 39, so, mid-20s, mid-30s, we're still thinking we are kids, right? These people think they're just like teenagers, like, hey, it's rock and roll, partying, projects, career, money rolling in, which is never enough, a car, a holiday, right? And although it might sound nice, it feels nice at the time, that is the exact reason why the country is where it is right now, in terms of the government is bringing immigrants and others to fill the gaps, partly. Of course, there's other reasons which we all know about and some which you don't understand. But if we have no kids ourselves, then what's the future for the country? And out of my friends around my age, natives are the smallest group with kids. Okay, I have plenty of friends, immigrant friends, families who have families, big families. In my place where I live in countryside, and it's like a mix, maybe, I don't know, 30, 70, it's 30 immigrants, 30 natives. All the natives families I know have 2, 3, 4 kids, big families. Locals as well, obviously it's a countryside, there's lots of farmers, and farmers have got big families, so you can't see it here. But then you go to London and you see your friends who are chasing this easy life, and most of them have no kids, and they're not, like, some of them even say they're not ready yet, even though they're like 35, 40. I have some bad news. Like, if you're not ready then it's like probably it's not going to get any easier anytime soon. But you see, because we've been kind of taught to believe that this is what we should be chasing in our life, this is the value, this is what life is all about, we're ending up chasing shiny objects, another car, another holiday so you can sit by the pool, read a book, or maybe even get drunk every day, right? How great is that? I mean, look, I'm not judging. It's fine. But I'm saying if you're complaining about the state of the UK, you yourself, and you have no family, no kids, then maybe you shouldn't. And before you say, oh, I'm 50, 60, and I have kids, so I've done my job, fine. But that means your kids have no kids. Therefore, I'm not judging, but maybe you should talk to them, because we're avoiding this topic, right? We don't want to talk about this. And I think we should, absolutely should. We should explain people why we should have kids. And there are so many reasons to have it. Number one, it's for your own sanity, right? I can't imagine being a 39, 40 years old guy, as I am now, without kids. And my life would be a mess. And I know lots of you guys, your life is mess. Never-ending party, never-ending chase, like, girls, boys, like this teenager's life while you're 39. It's not an answer. And the family and kids particularly put your life in order, puts perspectives, gives you priorities in life, and makes you just do your best always, because there are people depending on you. Of course, the other thing is just for the country, because we need communities, right? We need people who know each other, who can actually relate to each other, who can speak, who can rely on each other. And the best way to do it is through families. There is no better way of bonding people and communities than just having actually kids playing and growing up together. I have my own community of parents, through our kids, through school they go to, and we friends, we hang around together, we talk to each other, we help each other. It's just, obviously not every day, we have our lives, but it gives us this kind of feeling of being there if we need it, right? And we know each other. And the same goes to school, and parents know at school each other, and all these things are very important. Of course, in the big cities, I understand it's very hard to know each other because of the speed of life and everything. But because we never try to do it, and younger people never try to do it, then we're never going to get out of this sort of system, right? And then we're going to have the future is going to look like you're going to have cities, big cities, dominated by people who will never know each other, and they're just going to be talking about this, oh, it used to be good. And then maybe countryside where people will actually have some communities, and it doesn't have to be this way. So if your kids are, the typical, native British young generation chasing careers and dreams, which are actual, not real, I would encourage you to have a conversation with your kids about this, because, like I said, it's good for them, it's good for country, but it's also important for those kids to understand, and they're not kids, they're young adults, that what they think they're chasing, it's not it. The money, the status, the career, the position, job position, the next holiday, it ends. It will end. And at some point soon, you get to the point where it's like, what's the point of all of it? The next holiday is exactly the same as the previous one. The next hotel, the next car, the next everything. And when you have your responsibilities as a family, as a parent, this never ends. You end before. And that's the whole point. Obviously, I'm not saying everybody should be a parent or you must do it. But if you're not a parent, or if you're even younger, and you definitely don't want to be a parent, and again, please reconsider it for your own sake. But do as you wish, of course. Maybe try not to avoid the people who are parents. Maybe you can build community with young parents, with others. They need lots of help. Being parent is very hard and expensive. And of course, that would be something good for the government to actually step in and do some real help rather than just, meaningless promises. But that's a different topic. Maybe you can go out there with your parents' friends and help them out. Maybe you can help them with kids. We need that. Young parents need it, okay? We need time where we can have, with our kids, we need time when we can go out there, not with only kids, right? We want to speak to adults as well, but with kids, you obviously have different priorities, like I say, and your day looks different. But majority of people with non-kids, they're trying to be just like, oh no, I don't want to have anything with kids, no kids around. I don't want to get like, that's not good. That's not healthy. expose yourself to your friends who have kids, be around them, help them. And that's good enough. That's a big help, okay? Because at least there's one family who's doing that part, and then you're just helping them out. And also bear in mind, like lots of immigrants, we don't have families here. We just do all by ourselves. So it's extremely hard. And one more thing I'll leave you with to think about. So there's a town not far from where I live, and every weekend there's plenty of tourists, right? It's like tourist town. And I go there every now and then with my kids, especially Saturday, Sunday. We go for a tea or coffee, or you just walk around. And I watch people there with kids. There's plenty of families. But guess who are these people? They are not your typical natives, right? What I see are the families there, or the people coming with kids, are either immigrants or of the immigrant background. And that just speaks for itself. Like, this is it. This is the reality, okay? We can talk all you want, complain as much as you want about the state of the country and this, and you might not like immigrants coming in or whatever you think about this. But those little kids everywhere, they are the future of this country. So even if you think now is not maybe ideal, if you look around, that tells you where's the future. And it just is. It's not good or bad. It just is. There's no point of being angry on reality. So if you have your family, be proud of it and I congratulate you. We need really families so we can actually build communities around our families, because that's the only way to build a meaningful, real community, in my opinion. And if you don't have a family, if you're young enough, think about this. Like, I'm not pushing you, I'm not telling you have it, but think about this. It will, one day, you probably wish you made the decision, and unfortunately you can't go back in time. And if you are older and you don't want to have family, or you don't have family for whatever the reason, then maybe just consider helping others, your friends, with family, and just be part of it, right? Especially now, we have no real family members around us, lots of families. So maybe we can just build a family unit when you have an uncle who comes and just stay with parents and kids, and just, like good old times where you had big family meeting and they're coming together and just spending time. This is what we're missing big time, I think. And if you look at the immigrants' families, they still do that. So there's a lesson here for everyone, okay? That's the biggest lesson for everyone. They do it. The natives don't. Yeah, that's it. If you liked the video, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you're not subscribing yet. Thanks so much for your time and support. I hope it's helpful. If you want to talk to me, leave me a comment below the video. Please be respectful, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.